Hi guys, welcome back to the Factory Reset Chat. We are talking today about how we have managed to run a business and have two tiny children running around.
And kind of what got us into starting fitness, right? And got us into the business to begin with.
Yep.
And I know we've talked about it a little bit in the past videos, like the seminar video with Conan, how the business got started, but what got us into the sports and the fitness that we do? Not just necessarily what started the business itself, but like what got us into, in your case,
our
CrossFit and your fitness journey, and then how do we manage the business around raising two small kids and having a bit of a life, which we don't really have, but
we pretend.
Yeah, we pretend we have a little bit of one. So Cassie, what got you into starting CrossFit? We kind of briefly touched on this in a couple other ones, but just like a little bit more detail in this one. Elaborate.
So I started playing soccer when I was 5, and then probably 11 years old, I went into a competitive league and I competitively played.
All the way up to college?
All the way into college. It was my life. I didn't have anything else. I, after that, came back home because I went to college out of state, and I didn't really know what to do with myself, honestly. I joined your regular Globo gym and went every now and again trying to figure out how to use the different machines and run on the treadmill or the elliptical.
You would think it as a collegiate athlete you would have been taught that stuff, but...
No, we never... I mean, I knew how to use some of it because I trained with my dad to prepare, but when I was in college, I mean, we had weight days, but it wasn't... Most of everything we did was on the field to sharpen cardio or to sharpen skills, or it was indoor in a basketball court working same thing, cardio or skills. It wasn't really building muscle, though I feel like things have probably changed since then, and I think that they do a lot of weight training now, which I wish was the thing back then for us, because I enjoy it. I still enjoy it now. Found a couple of indoor soccer leagues or adult leagues and messed around with those, and you
hated them.
No, I loved them.
No, I remember.
them.
Okay, so let's go back on this a little bit, because I remember all the complaints. So it's different when you're going to rec leagues in town, especially in Albuquerque, because you get a big mix of people. You get the individuals like you who have played all conference Texas college soccer. And then you have the people who are just the barrio soccer kids who chop your ankles and slide tackle you on turf and take you the fuck out. And then you're like getting ready to fight. I remember several times you were getting ready to fight people. You were like, why would you do that? It's like, yeah, if they can't beat you with the ball, they beat your body.
Yeah,
and they just try to kick the shit out of you and like fight you. And you were so mad about it all the time.
Indoor was probably more me hating it than outdoor, because indoor was a small space, and people treated it like hockey.
They did. They like check you into walls and stuff.
That's the point of it. But anyhow, so I did.
And the guys at the outdoor field, remember there was one time I almost got in a fight with a dude out there.
Well, you did. I knew I was okay, but you didn't appreciate how hard you came in. Yeah.
No, so he has the ball. Cassie comes up to him, is gonna come over and steal the ball. He turns his hip into her and hip checks her, and you went down. Like, he hip checked you hard enough and at the angle you just weren't expecting it, and you hit the ground. And I'm like, and this is soccer. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that should be allowed in soccer. Because I hate soccer for all the flopping and the nonsense of like, oh, you can't touch anybody. Oh, the magic spray, because I touched my ankle and I fell down and broke it. Anyway, but having a dude check, and you weren't my wife then, but like having a dude like run up and check, maybe you were, maybe we'd gotten married. Anyway, and hip check you, and then just take the ball and run off. I was like, okay, all right.
We gonna fight.
You're a soccer player. Like, I'm gonna show you my sport now. Like, we're going out there, we're gonna fight, okay? Because that's bullshit. And like I walked on the field, I was pissed, and like, you know, a bunch of people were like, no, Rick, you're gonna get kicked out. You're gonna get everybody kicked out. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. I'll say I'm gonna wait for him in the parking lot. I'm gonna see him in the parking lot. Okay. Anyway, I was pissed.
I know. So
somebody gave me a beer. I think they were like, "Relax, it's okay."
Because my outdoor league was a beer league. We loved it. But so just trying to find ways to keep active. But I became so inactive. I was gaining weight, and you were training jiu-jitsu, and
that was right after my MMA gym shut down.
Yeah, and you found
a little while after my MMA gym shut down, and we had started at the jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah,
and the jiu-jitsu gym at the time hadn't had their own building, so they were renting out the back space of a CrossFit gym.
Yeah, and you said, "Hey, I think you would like this. You should go check it out." Mm-hmm. And that was in my stage of I was heavier. And
knocked the bear claw out of your hand, took away the beer, said, "Get your ass to the gym."
Well,
no, I didn't do that. But I thought it would be something that would make you happier, because I noticed that you were kind of getting not depressed, but because you had spent your whole life being an athlete and being competitive and stuff like that, and you didn't really have that anymore.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, well, this might be a good way to help you.
Well, I joined for the stigma that all women join any gym for was we were getting married and I wanted to lose weight before the wedding. Mm-hmm. And so I went and checked it out.
That was my goal too.
I checked it out. I instantly fell in love. And oddly enough, my CrossFit gym pulled what most jiu-jitsu gyms pull. And I showed up for class one day, and the doors were locked with a note on the door saying, "We've shut our doors. We're so sorry. Good luck." Yeah. So I had to go find a new CrossFit gym home, and I did. And after being there for a few years, I decided that I wanted to step up and coach. So I went and got certified. I started coaching and competing, and
we would go out to competitions and
all the things
and do all that stuff. And then you got certified in nutrition, and then you got you started taking on private coaching.
I was doing clients. Some personal training as well. Yep. I helped run
you were
and
doing
start
even
the
like
teams.
Some rehab stuff with some of your personal training, not
major,
PT, but you were helping people work through like personal training through like some people with injuries and stuff. And I know you were enjoying that as well, because you were able to help people use fitness as a way to get back to having like more mobility and stuff with life.
Yeah. And then I helped start and create the teens program there. Mm-hmm. I loved that program. Mm-hmm. COVID happened and my program ended.
Yeah.
But
damn
yeah.
China.
So that's how I got that's how I got started into the fitness world that I am currently in.
Yep. And then in 2019 we had our first son, and in 2022 we had our second son.
Yep. And
during the height of COVID, we had our first one, and following COVID kind of dwindling, we had our second one. So, but yeah, we were involved in that. We were running the gym. We had been running the jiu-jitsu gym since 2013. We started the jiu-jitsu gym, took over and started running the jiu-jitsu gym for real in 2013. And so it was kind of a long journey. So what would you say is like probably your best advice for trying to manage all of that and raise kids now? Oh man. You could tell we didn't prep this.
I don't know if I have like a big like.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, and I'll let you think about it. Because we are going to do a different video on this one. I know this one's a little bit slower in this regard because we are trying to give you guys some tangible stuff here, but we are going to do a video, and I have another video planned in which we are going to be talking about raising strong kids and the things that we run into in our kids program that we see a lot of problems, or we have seen in the past, and things that like we feel very strongly about the way that kids should have challenges and deal with stuff. And one thing that I noticed a lot, and we're going to talk, like I said, talk about a lot more detail in the other one, but one thing I noticed a lot is a lot of parents believe in hard work. A lot of parents believe in having a good work ethic. A lot of parents believe in fitness, although not a lot of them do it. But they want their kids to do it. And we are of the opinion that we want our kids to see us doing it.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to just tell our children, hey, go work out, be healthy, while we sit on the couch and eat bonbons and and drink beers and whatever. I'm just thinking of trash food.
I know.
And but you know what I mean? It's like we don't want that that to happen. And a lot of people, and this is one of the other issues that I have with it, is a lot of people will you may have a hard work ethic, and you may work all day and do a lot for your job and whatever, but your kids don't see that.
Yeah.
Your kids go to school and then they go to their sports and they see you sitting in the chair. They see you at home on the couch. They see you in your leisure times when you spend, typically most people will spend their time with their kids in their leisure time because, so they don't see your work ethic. They don't, so they're like, well, dad always tells me to have a work ethic, but every time I see him, he's just sitting on the couch having a beer. It's like, yeah, your dad worked a construction job all day long, busting his ass, trying to freaking build something or do something, or up in an attic doing HVAC, or something really hard.
So he can pay the bills.
But they don't see that.
Yeah.
And the problem is that you have all these kids now who just don't have work ethics, and they come in and it's like, well, they never were shown a work ethic. We want to show our kids a work ethic. So in our leisure time, when we are doing our workouts on the side, because that's usually when we do our workouts and stuff, or I'll take the son to the gym or whatever, they see us training, they see us working out, and we're a part of that.
Yeah.
Because I want them to not only see hey, dad's doing this stuff too, mom's lifting weights too, we're running, we're doing stuff. It's I want you to be exposed to it. So I used to take the kids to the CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
I have pictures of Marcus, my oldest, in a playpen, watching you like this at a little playpen as mom was throwing weights.
Yeah. So when I was still actively at the CrossFit gym, not only coaching but also working out, I would take the pack and play, and I would set it up in a corner where I could set up next to him. So that he could see that I was there, but I also made sure that I was not in somebody else's space. So if you're not familiar with a CrossFit gym, it's a big open space, but we're all doing the same workout in the same areas. So I would make sure I wasn't in anybody else's way. I never actually did that with our second, but that's because
COVID happened and gyms shut down for a while, and then it took you a long time. We created our own garage gym.
Correct.
And then it never became necessary for you to go back to an actual gym because we created the same thing out of a garage.
Yeah. And ownership changed at my gym, and it wasn't something that I believed in and that I wanted to stay a part of. So, but I still do workouts here in the garage, and they see me. Or
if you follow Cassie's Instagram, her personal Instagram, not the nutrition one, there you'll see kids floating around inside the gym watching
my workouts, but
watching her workouts and doing some of the workouts. You'll see the little ones doing burpees with her and doing stuff like that. But it's part of leading by example.
I just want them to know that is important. And our oldest now is old enough that he'll ask me well, Mom, why are you working out?
Yeah.
And I have chosen how I phrase my answer very carefully to him now. And and the main reason I do that is because we grew up being, I don't want to say taught, but shown that exercise was kind of a punishment. I'm working out because I want to lose weight, or I'm working out because
I ate a cake and I need
or
to lose.
Or I want to go eat cake, or
it's always the I have to do so I can do the thing I want to do.
Yes, not because I want to. And my mindset has changed and grown so much that I love to move. It makes me feel better. I crave it. But when I first started it, I started it with I want to lose weight, or want to be able to go eat the things that
Your mindset has evolved.
Yeah.
But you had
I've
to
grown
unlearn
a lot. I've unlearned
the
a lot,
mindset.
and I've grown a lot. And so I want to make sure that I don't teach him something that he's going to need to unlearn. So when he asks me that, I always tell him like, oh, it's because Mama, I like it. It makes Mama feel good. I like being strong, and I like being able to go do the things and play with you at the playground and wrestle you or living with boys. Oof.
Yeah, right. It's everything. You walk in, you're like tired or, like
jumping on
just
you
beaten
nonstop.
up and whatever, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, RKO, just taken out. And
there are times where like we're sitting on the couch and
tired, exhausted,
and they'll either jump on me or jump on you or take
out
you
of nowhere,
and
climb on a coffee table without you looking and just like stinger splash.
And we both have to like hold in we're like, and not funny. It's so funny, but it's not funny.
Oh, when it happens to the other one, yeah.
And
sometimes I'll even see him like getting up and getting ready to jump on you, and I'll see him out of the corner of my eye, and you're just like,
yeah, you're a jerk.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
So, but I explain it to him like that, and he now likes to he'll ask me like, Mom, are you gonna work out today? Can I work out with you? And so those are the moments.
And he's 5. He's not old. He's not a teenager or nothing like that. He's 5-year-old, and he's our oldest, and he loves going to the ninja gym now. He loves doing jujitsu. He liked rock climbing. He loves anything really athletic because
like hockey was on the TV and Mom, can we watch hockey?
Oh yeah, we cut
now he
pool
wants
noodles,
to play hockey,
and we set up tiny little shoes as goals in the house in our hallway or in our entryway, and we play pool noodle hockey with like a little inflatable ball.
Yeah.
And the dude's checking me and slide tackling and like going crazy, and we're just noodling around. And is it exhausting? Yes. After we've been working all day, training at night, teaching at night, running our businesses, doing client work, like all of that stuff, is it exhausting? Yes.
I don't know what my advice is.
What's that?
You just reminded me. So my advice would be to anybody that has young children that still wants to make sure that they get their fitness in one way or the other, is to change your mindset about what that fitness needs to look like and do it anyway when you're tired. But if you are tired or you're just lacking,
that old quote, if you're tired, do it tired.
Is just do it. Like you don't need to go and put in 100% and make it the all-time best training session you've ever had. And that's part of where my growth came, was when we had our first son. I knew nothing but all in, 100% all the time. You show up, you work hard, you do all the things.
Well, so let me add to that real quick, because Cassie was lifting weights and throwing weights the week before she gave birth. Like literally big belly.
Like the day before.
Like, was it the day before? Okay. She was fully pregnant,
before,
9 months pregnant. Like we were right around due date or whatever. And Cassie is literally barbell here throwing weight, with belly, baby coming any day. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying just saying, but she also listened to her body with it. She didn't do anything that she didn't feel like she could do or wasn't healthy. She didn't push herself beyond like what possibly could injure her or injure the baby or anything like that. But you maintained that work ethic through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember you had like, after you give birth, you have like a minimum of 6 weeks that you can't do anything, right? Cassie was counting the hours. Like she was just like, 9,942 hours until I can go work out again. 9,000, like.
Well, when you're used to being out and moving, to be told that you can't move is hard. Like for the first week or two, I was like, oh man, this is kind of nice. Like I don't have to like figure out when I'm gonna go to the gym. Like I can just chill and have my day. And then after that, I was like, okay, I need to go do something. And so we started walking around the neighborhood because that was like the only thing that you're cleared for, which it makes sense. Like you went through a lot of trauma. You need to heal. Like not saying that it's unnecessary. It was just very hard for me personally to sit at home and do nothing.
Especially after having that for so long.
Yeah.
Be your go-to.
Yeah. So
that was your main mental health. That was your main
Yeah.
like stability. And
so when I got cleared, I went and jumped right back in.
First day.
Full blown.
First
all
day.
the
Cassie was
things.
like at the door waiting for the
Yeah.
door to open.
And I quickly had to change my mindset because there were things I couldn't do for multiple reasons, whether it was because my body wasn't ready, or it was because I had lost a lot of my fitness and I needed to work back into it. And it was also because my hormones were still regulating and I was tired, but I didn't want to admit any of those things. So after our second, my mind had changed and I adapted that.
You
And
you knew what to expect, so you knew how to go back into it.
Well, not only like go back into it, but I also had, because I had changed and grown my mindset around all of that, I knew that it was okay to go back in and not be at the level that I was at. When with the first, everybody's like, oh, you should just bounce back and you'll be fine, right? Like that's kind of what's implied through society is like, oh, you should just, and like, why haven't you bounced back? Like, what's wrong with you?
And not only, like, you should keep in mind, and those listening at home should keep in mind, there's a lot of people who say like, oh no, give yourself time, and a lot of women don't bounce back, and blah blah blah. And there's a lot of, but she was literally at a gym with competitive athletes who have that competitive athlete mindset.
Yeah.
Who say like, I bounced back after having 2 kids, and
some did.
And some did.
Like, I watched people, and I'm like, why am I not? And she is.
But the thing that I think that, and you bring it up a lot, especially in your nutrition and fitness stuff that you teach, is that every single person is different.
Correct.
Every single person is going to have a different recovery. Every single person is going to have a different metabolism. Everybody's going to have like, all of that stuff.
But I had to learn that.
But you can't compare it.
Correct. But I had to learn that, and I learned that through even through the 2 pregnancies. And that's a lot of what I also grew in my mindset of unlearning, was unlearning the expectation to just bounce back, which is, it's so funny because after my first pregnancy and we decided to have our second, I knew going into it that it wasn't going to be the same. And I still would come home and tell you, like, things are so different this go around. It's so weird. And the body is just so weird. And I like, even though I knew it was still one of those, so it was just a lot of things, but my mind changed off of learning it and experiencing it. But there were days where I would know that I was so tired, but I craved movement, that I would just go out into the garage and just do something that allowed me to move. Like, I didn't have an expectation of how much weight I was going to move. I didn't have an expectation of like, I need to do this in a set amount of time, or it was just finally move. And so that's my piece of advice to parents is go to class and just move, or go into your garage and just
you'll do it in the
move,
living room sometimes. You'll just grab a little 5-pound or 10-pound dumbbell in the living room and you'll do hops over it with burpees or something. You do whatever. I mean, I adapted, and I would work out in the living room while the boys... Because that was the easiest place to keep them entertained.
Correct.
Keep them
they
watching
have all their toys, or I would put music on the TV, or I would put Coco Melon on the TV, right? And so they still saw me working out, but they were still able to do all the fun things. And now that they've gotten older...
Most of the time when you did that anyway, they would join you.
Yeah, they didn't even care about it.
Yeah, they would just start doing whatever you were doing.
And
but that brings... That's the point though, is that like, it doesn't have to be like, I have to manage having children, but I also need to get my workout in. Include them.
Yeah.
Like,
but it also
have them watch you, because that does so much for them.
Yeah, but it also you just simplify it. Like, you don't have an expectation of what it needs to look like or how you need to feel or anything. Just go. I mean... Progress
is progress. That's one of the things I still struggle with.
Even when I would take our oldest to the CrossFit gym, there were times, and I even did it once with the youngest, but there were times where I would need to stop and tend to him, whether it was to help with snacks, take him to the bathroom, because we were potty training, or he was crying because he just needed comfort. So I'd pick him up and I would comfort him. And
I have a fun picture of you holding him because he was upset, and it was part of the workout where you had to, like, I don't know, it was like run a mile or run a half a mile, come back, lift some weights, run a half a mile or something like that. And I have a picture of you leaving the big bay door, going for a run, and he was upset, so you just had him on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you were just one hand holding him, and I'm going to probably include some of these pictures in there, I'll find them, and running out the door with him in your hand as you were doing it.
Yeah, I changed my expectation of what I needed my workout to look like at that time. And it was just being there for him, but also being there for me. And so, like, I know with jiu-jitsu, you have several families that have brought their children in and their babies in while they're training, and they've grown up, and it's just the same thing. You lower
adapt
your expectations, and you go in and you do what you can, and then you go home.
And be proud of yourself for getting through what you needed to or what you could when nothing else aligned.
But we also took turns in the sense of, like, I would stay home with the boys in the evening so that you could be at the gym, right, so that they could get to bed. And then you would be home with the boys in the morning while I would either work out in the garage or go to the gym, and you would take care of their needs in the morning. So having a really good
partner
support
to help you with that,
in that also was really helpful.
Yeah, that's extremely helpful. And also, it's we've talked about it on some of the other ones, but having your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
It's just because something doesn't work ideally doesn't mean just throw it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just make it work. I mean, and that's, like I said, it was something I struggle with. When I'm lifting weights, if I'm not lifting heavy, or if I'm not feeling like I'm accomplishing something, it's really hard for me to not feel like it's a big waste of my time.
Yeah.
But I've had to learn throughout the years, especially as I've gotten older, it's like, you know, sometimes just working out, or even going for a walk, like riding a bike, like going for a jog or whatever, if that's all you can do, progress is still progress.
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
no,
it doesn't have to be perfect progress. 1% is better than 0.
So,
you know?
Something that I've adopted, that street parking has taught me.
Street parking is the fitness program she follows.
Yeah.
It's the online CrossFit, essentially.
Yeah, they preach more than nothing. And I have embraced and made that so much a part of who I am that I say it so much, that so many people, when they have bad days, or they're like, oh, well, I was only able, and I'm like, what do you mean only? Like, you did something. So some people are like, oh, I only got to walk today, and I'm like, why? That walking is way better than sitting on your couch. You did more than nothing. And we just have to flip our mindset of, some days walking is all we can do, and that is better than doing nothing.
And be proud of yourself for that, because there's a lot of people who don't even do that.
Correct.
And the fact that you had enough love for yourself that you went out and you walked to better, even if that's all you had time for, that's all you had the energy for, you stayed up all night because you had a teething 2-year-old, like we do. Well, he's pretty much over it, but
those were
and it's
rough
like
days, though.
yeah, it's like you have 2 hours of sleep, and you're like, well, I need to do something. Like, I feel like I'm not getting anything done. Walking is all you can do. Walking is all you can do. You know, and that's just part of it.
And when they're young, you just have to also accept that maybe if you were before a 5-day-a-week at the gym training, that maybe it needs to back down to 3,
or
so
2.
that you and your partner are able to split the responsibilities evenly. But that's also just changing your expectations.
But you also have to show your kids that they need to also prioritize themselves.
Yeah.
And their health.
Yeah.
And if they see mom and dad sacrificing everything for them, that's great and that's noble. But are they going to grow up with the expectation that when I have kids, I can't do anything for myself? And that's going to prevent a lot of people, that is preventing a lot of people from having kids. It prevented me from having kids for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, my life ends when I have kids because
we won't
I
be able
can't
to
go
do
out.
anything.
I can't just do whatever I want. It's like, yes, you can. You just
can't
take them with
travel.
you and you experience life with them.
Yeah.
And you show them the fun things. You show them the cool things. You show them the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have my kids with me in the business. In the businesses we do several businesses, but I'm going to have them because I want my children to learn this is what goes into a business. Business doesn't just like, you don't get customers because you open your doors.
Yeah.
Like a lot of businesses see that and they're like, I'm here, I built it, they must come and they must like bring me money because I exist. It's like, no, that doesn't work like that. Like you have to, like there's so much, but you can't just tell people that. How many times in your life has somebody just been able to tell you, this is how you do something, and you were like, okay, and then your whole mindset changed. Saying, no, you have to see it.
Yeah.
You have to experience it. And then once you've experienced something, that's when you understand it, that's when you can do it. But it's the same thing, like going back to the work ethic thing, like you tell your kids, you need to work hard. And the kids are like, okay, dad told me to work hard, but he's sitting on the couch right now. It's like, yeah, but they didn't see you working all day.
Yeah.
Because they were at school, they were at daycare, they were at grandma's house, they were whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't see you do that. It's one thing that I was really blessed with growing up, and I didn't think of it at the time, but my dad was always working. My dad still always works. He's old and always works. Like, he just can't sit down.
It's true.
And it's like, he was building the house, he was working on the yard, and most of the time I got suckered into having to do that
Probably
too.
why you don't ever sit still.
Probably.
Ugh.
But, and it's like he was always having to work on something. And I hated it growing up. I'm like, why can't we just chill? Why can't we just relax? Why can't we just play video games? Why can't we just do this? You know, like,
Yeah.
like why can't we? Like, and he's like, no, this has to be done. This has to be done. The backyard, the trees don't groom or like trim themselves. Like the yard doesn't do this themselves. The animals don't get fed by themselves. And I'm like, well, they should. Maybe they get a job, you know? But it's the thing is that like I saw my dad work, and he went to work. He had a job,
Yeah.
but then on the days that he was off, he worked.
Yeah.
And he worked all the time, and I had to work with him all the time. And it was just like, that's how you learn. You know, that's like don't take away your kids' challenges. Like, give them challenges.
Yeah.
Let them overcome their challenges. Let them learn. Let them experience. Like us as parents, and like there's so many parents out there who are just like, here's an iPad, kid, because you're bored. Like, no, let the kid be bored. Like, your kid should be bored, because boredom is what creates imagination. Boredom is what stimulates your brain to coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
If you give them stimulus, their brain isn't ever encouraged to come up with ideas and to expand it. Like, inventors didn't invent things because they were like entertained. They invented things because they saw a problem, they were bored, and they tried to solve something.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it is. But they, as a parent managing life and business, you don't have to separate that. You can use the things that you are doing in life as your ability to teach the kids that are coming. Like, if I have chores around the house that I have to do, it's like, okay, TV's off. Marcus, Roman, like, come with me. We're doing XYZ today. You know, we're working on this. We're fixing this. We're cleaning this. We're, you know, like, and then we're working out. Like, we're training. Well, let's go to the gym. Let's go. And that doesn't mean do we still go out to breweries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Take
Kids,
them with us.
Yeah.
Or here's
and
some cars, or bring some dinosaurs.
yeah, bring some cars, no iPads. Bring a car, bring a dinosaur. We bring a board game, Jenga,
Yeah, sometimes we take
and
board games.
like little things like that. Or, you know, like some of the places we go to have like a little patio where they have like a little beanbag throw game.
Cornhole.
Cornhole. And like they'll be throwing cornhole over there with some other kids, and we'll be just chilling and eating and having a beer or whatever, hanging out, relaxing, whatever. Like that's all fine, but you don't have to stress about managing multiple things when they are part of your life. Your family is part of your life. They should be included in the things that you do with your life. You don't have to compartmentalize them over here because they require whatever they require. It's like, no, adapt them to your life. Back in the day, back before technology even existed. No, I'm serious.
Back in my day.
Back before technology even existed with a lot of this stuff, the way that trades and work was passed down by families was the kids went to work with the adults all the time. Like you're a hunter-gatherer, like the kids had their own places, but the kids also went and hunted and gathered and stuff. When people were opening up shoe shops, cobblers, like or window makers, or
child labor.
Yeah, it was right. It was child labor, but you went with your family to these places and you learned, and yeah, you got to play. You still got to be a kid, and you still got these experiences or whatever. But you also got to see and got to learn and got to experience like the things that you needed older in life. And that's where I think a lot of the problems that a lot of people face right now is they're trying to manage what they're doing in life, but also simultaneously feeling like, well, the public education system is where all of my kids learn everything that they need to grow up.
Yeah, so I don't need to do anything.
So I don't need to do anything. So kids come home from school, we're all gonna watch TV. And like, you went to your school, and I went to my work, and then that's how we manage it.
Now we're relaxing.
And then, now we're relaxing. And it's like, well, when am I gonna hit the gym? Well, I got the kids, I don't have time for the gym. No, screw that. Do a workout with them. Go to a fitness thing with them. Go on a walk. How many times have you gone on walks or runs and you were just like, throw them in the wagon?
Yeah.
You know, or throw them in the stroller. Or whatever. It's like, you're going with me, you know, because I'm going to work out and you need to work out. And they're like, well, why do we have to do that? It's because you need balance in your life, and you have to be doing things that make you feel better.
Yeah.
And things.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to going on walks and stuff like that, it's with the dog. And it's, well, why do we have to walk the dog? That's the responsibility of owning a dog.
Walk her every day.
You have to walk her, you have to feed her, and we have to pick up after her. And now
the 2-year-old loves picking up poop.
I know.
He's a weirdo.
So,
he's got his little shovel and the little rake thing, and he just runs around, and little 2-year-old and tries his best, gets about half rocks, half poop. And
if you ever need your patience tried, let your 2-year-old help you pick up dog poop.
Yeah.
It takes at least 5 times as long as it should because he's helping. But he's helping, right? He's learning.
And it's important
It's the same
him.
with the fish. Why do I have to feed the fish? Well, you wanted to own fish. That's the responsibility. If you don't feed them, they're gonna die. So.
Have a little fishy funeral. Throw them on the pan, sear them up.
Stop it.
But yeah, so biggest thing, and we got this question is like, how do you manage business, the gym, fitness, and having 2 little ones? And that's kind of the answer to it is
we've included them.
Try not to compartmentalize and separate everything. Try to include them as much as you can, because they have to see you. They have to have the example given to them of what life looks like. It's like, this is us taking care of ourselves. This is us taking care of our house. This is us taking care of our business and whatever. They have to see that so they know how to do it when they get older.
Yeah.
And they know what goes into it, and they're not just, well, school taught me history today. It's like, cool. Now you need to pay your taxes and your rent. Like,
good luck.
Like, it's like no, they don't understand any of that. And then and more people are like, I think they should teach that in school. I think you should teach it to them. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, they should also teach it in school.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of stupid things they don't teach in school. But like, I didn't learn it in school, and I'm fine.
Are you?
I'm kind of fine most days. I'm all right. But like, I had to, like, my dad is just like, all right, son, today we're going over, it's about time you started learning how to do your own taxes. I think this is like 16 or whatever, and I was working labor at a construction or a electrical company. And it's like, well, you gotta do your own taxes. This is how you do it. This is where we're going. This is how you process this. This is where you fill this out. Like, you know.
That's good on your dad.
Yeah.
I was thrown to the
wolves.
go learn. Good luck. Go have somebody do it for you.
Yeah, no, my dad took me, he's like, I have this guy and this is how we do it. And you save up like $50 and he'll process this for you, but you just make sure this is what you're doing so nobody takes you and nobody takes your money, and this is how much you're earning and this is how much you put away in savings and blah blah blah. But he was there to like, this is what you do.
Yeah.
And like, but all facets of life, not just that. It's like, you know, you name it, as far as like balance and stuff. I most of the time he didn't even know he was teaching me. Like, it was just like, hey, we're working on this. Hey, we're doing this. Hey, we're doing that. Like, and I'm like, oh, I hated this. But at the same time, it's like, now I'm growing up and I'm like, okay, this was the purpose of this.
Makes sense now.
You know, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
And your kids don't believe you when you tell them it'll make sense to you in the future. No, it won't. Maybe way down in the line, but
Lies.
So anyway, I hope this guy's helped you out with managing, and we'll probably go into a little bit more detail in the future on like business stuff, business management stuff, and like growing and all that stuff. But when it comes to managing fitness, how we got into it, and how we manage life now, that's essentially it.
Yep.
And it doesn't always work perfectly. Sometimes we're really tired. Sometimes it's kind of a mess, but we don't really have lives. But you know, our kids don't have lives either. Nobody has a life. But all right, guys. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys on the next one.